get behind the wheel. 5% we out here creeping.
Yo, y'all right, yo. Bro, y'all right, yo, bro, this is King Von, bro. Like, this is King Von reincarnated, bro. This nigga is demonic,
bro. Get my gun, I see it up and then I'm blowing. Any op I ever
Yo, wait, who was Gunna and how did he go outside? Oh, Gunna is the dad nigga. They burning.
Bitch, he fuck that hot shit all in his neck. The fat boy, he a bitch. He claiming other niggas wreck. Tired of smoking Gunnaman, he starting to taste like black. That nigga played on that bike. He fuck that hot shit in his back. This shit for
up on the shirt. Caught a nigga on that bike. He fuck that hot. I knew it hurt. That he been in the section.
6ix9ine for $1 million, bro. So if Gunna came to you tomorrow. Hey, hold on. Tomorrow.
In other headlines this noon, 2 men are dead and a third is in critical condition after a triple shooting in the city of Salem. New Jersey reporter Grieved Brian is now joining us live from Salem on what he's learned about the investigation as well as the victims there. Cleve.
Good afternoon. So far, the Salem County Prosecutor's Office has only directly linked one of the 3 people shot to the Salem Motor Lodge here. They're still trying to determine the relationship between the other 2 people shot. In all, 2 people dead, 1 person in critical condition. What we know is that Salem police responded to the Motor Lodge a little after 8 o'clock on Thursday night after a person called 911 to report gunshots. Officers arrived to find 28-year-old Issa Hallman shot. He was later pronounced dead at the scene. Police also discovered 2 other shooting victims were taken to a local hospital in a private vehicle. 28-year-old Capri Taylor was pronounced dead at the hospital, and a 3rd victim, whose name has not been released, was transferred to Cooper Hospital in critical condition. Again, police not spelling out exactly how all 3 people are connected, and they're still trying to determine who the gunman is and if that person is still on the loose. Now, the Salem County Prosecutor's Office says that they will speak with us this afternoon. We're hoping to get more information to see if this is just an isolated incident or if they're looking for a gunman out on the loose. Live in Salem, I'm Cleve Bryan, CBS 3 Witness News.
Thank you, Cleve.
I don't give a fuck, I slide in this Bentley truck. Double homie at the most, they left them boys feet up. Then they see me froze up, I made that boy fold up. Last homie the ops had them niggas can't compete with us. I bitches shoot them up. Dog shit, you know damn well that's Jireh. 4 + 3 + 2, you better add it up. I ain't say that's beats, but that's how many people I touch. Dead ops all run. He checked out the game cause he really wanna be tough. You ain't got no rank, you ain't got no body. Dead ops all run. He checked out the game cause he really wanna be tough. You ain't got no rank, you ain't got no body. Long live the homies, turn me to a slaughter. Top, long live the homies, turn me to a slaughter. Top.
Our story begins in Salem, New Jersey. A savage named Namere Watts is born on the 7th day of May, 2000. Salem High School was the first battlefield that would mold Namere as a young man because at the age of 13, he would lose a childhood friend named Jeezy. Although the city of Salem is small, it doesn't mean that conflicts remain small. In this Blender Bars exclusive, we tell a story to the world for the first time that has been tucked away in the heart of South Jersey. Out of Salem, New Jersey, this is The War.
Be him, and it's gonna be me, and we gonna be the face of it, man. We from our town, like 2 miles long. But
okay. It's Salem, correct?
Yeah, Salem. It's 2 miles long, but it's like it's same. It's the problems of a big city. Like they say, small city, big dream. Nah, small city, big problems.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's just the same shit, but we just smaller.
Our story begins in one of the boroughs of Salem, titled Penn's Grove. Nuskii would grow up on 7th Street, which is only minutes away from every drill that we discuss in this video.
You say you from Salem? You grew up there your whole life?
Whole life. Nowhere else.
Nowhere else? What it's like out there? For me, I'm from South Jersey, I'm from the area, but, I ain't grow up out there, so, like, all I know is from what I hear. Shit, you read the news, get a little wild, but,
That shit is slums, like, what you make it for real, like. But that shit is slums go down.
Nuskii was not exaggerating, as the poverty rate in Salem is 37.8%, and compared to the rest of New Jersey, it is 270.59. If you compare Salem to the United States, it is 195% poor. With little options to make it out, Ramir Watts, also known as Nuskii Da Menace, would turn to a life of crime fresh out of high school. His first arrest at 18 would include possession of marijuana, manufacturing and distribution of hash, use of paraphernalia, unlawful possession of a handgun, committing a drug offense while possessing a firearm, and receiving stolen property. This behavior would become normal for Namere, as he would catch another drug charge at 18. But then, an arrest that would shock even the courts, that would change the direction of Nuskii's life, that we have the paperwork for. We can see on August 1st, 2019, Nuskii was hit with a slew of charges to include unlawful possession of a handgun without a permit, possession of a weapon for unlawful purpose, weapons with a defacement, meaning the serial number was scratched off, prohibited weapon and devices, meaning he had a switch. We also see he had large capacity magazines, and we also see he was caught receiving stolen property. I would talk about the arrest report, but Nuskii Da Menace talks about this incident in an interview, so let's hear from the menace himself.
Yeah,
Niggas probably go to jail and do all that, but I don't really. That shit don't mean nothing when you come around type shit.
Mentioning Jireh, then you did 4 for an attempt.
Yeah, 4 for an attempt.
Damn.
And that was like on some young, older nigga.
Yeah.
Basically like trying to call a bluff type shit. Shit went like that.
And how was that doing 4 at such a young age? And then you really had to go upstate, so you ain't do like no juvenile bid like you did 4.
My first joint, I went straight down quick.
Yeah.
But it was on some shit like that shit, the way that shit happened, that shit was on like some broad day shit. And I really, like me going to jail, that shit really kind of helped me, cause that shit.
Set you down.
Yeah, I was either gonna crash out or I was gonna die. Like that's how that shit was coming. Cause that's the type of time, like you gotta think I ain't had no record. So I'm just running around. I caught my first pool charge. They let me back out because we got bail reform. We don't got bail out there. So you come out like on bail reform. They let me out. Probably like a year later, that's when I caught the attempt. But I'm still like doing little dumb shit like in Johnny's and doing all that dumb shit.
Right.
Just,
in the mix.
Yeah.
Young bullshit. You know what I mean? But sometimes we talk about it a couple.
Jireh Douglas, from Salem, New Jersey, had just graduated high school recently, and he had aspirations to go to the university of his dreams, Rowan University. His dreams and his life were ripped apart from him and his family as he was gunned down on the front porch of a home as he was visiting family in Salem before going to college. Jireh Douglas was also known as Ja or Lil Ja to his close ones and his friends, and he was also the brother of Capri Taylor, a AMCG member that was also slaughtered in a motel, and another drill that HBO was involved in, which we will cover here in a moment.
Salem Salem County. People are demanding answers tonight after a 19-year-old was killed in front of a family member's house. His murderer is still out there, and his mother has an emotional plea. Fox 29's Trey Wilson is live in Salem tonight. Trey.
Well, Shayna, tonight this grieving mother is asking for two things: no retaliation and information on who took her son's life. Tonight, nearly an entire community came out to remember her son.
Justice for Jireh! Justice for Jireh!
A vigil for a young man who family, friends, and former teachers say had a promising future.
We actually come in love, but whoever did it, we are praying for you also.
19-year-old Jireh Douglas's life was cut short when someone shot him several times last Sunday around 5:30 in the afternoon in front of a family member's house.
It's been rough. It's really been rough.
Jireh's mother, Leslie, stood alongside his brother Capri, struggling to understand who did this and why.
It's devastating, and to still know that there's a killer or killers still on the loose.
Jireh graduated as an honor student, was in the STEAM Academy college prep program, and was planning to attend Rowan University in the fall to study engineering.
He was a good person, you know. He didn't deserve this at all. He had a bright future.
Family members say Jireh was shot in front of this home on the 200 block of Senexon Street in Salem City. They say witnesses reported a car pulling up when shots were fired. Jireh's uncle discouraged retaliation.
Stay at peace, because going around pulling these triggers ain't going to do nothing but pick more of us in the ground.
Jireh's father doesn't believe his son was the intended target.
My son wasn't even meant to be in that crossfire. And now he paying the cost of some stupidity.
The crowd shed tears as Jireh's mother held his picture high for them to see, urging them to report anything they know that could help catch whoever murdered him.
If anybody know anything, please, so we can have closure, and whoever did this to him, they could be brought to justice. Amen.
I love you, Lord.
The Salem County Prosecutor's Office and Salem City Police are handling the investigation as of tonight. No word on a motive or suspects or even an arrest in this case. Meanwhile, the family has set up a GoFundMe. They're asking for donations to assist in the burial. You can find that at
AMCG leader Ohhso would pay his respects to Jireh Douglas in a song. Let's listen to what he had to say.
Watch Jireh get buried. I was immune but not ready. I'm cautious, mama too worried. I'm traumatized but you scared. So we grew up way different. You ain't really with the street shit, you going through a phase, nigga. I made it through that stage, nigga. You still trying to find yourself. And they following by.
We just saw several examples of Jah's loved ones honoring his falling and asking for information but pleading for no retaliation. And even heard the AMCG leader Ohhso pay his respects and mentioning him in a heartfelt tribute. HBO would do the opposite as they would go on a music run and diss Jah.
No job became a witness, pussy boy became a rat. We turned the pot, we was sliding in them fucking V's. Fans ain't never had no case until that nigga bit the cheese. I was stressing out my body.
Ass so bad, caught your ass boy, you can't hide from him. We dangerous too, come in smoking like angels. When you ain't gang, you a stain, you can't hang with us. On every gang member that
selling all bulls, different flavors of some dead nigga. I be wildin' with that switchy, tryna put some shit to bed, nigga. Our game, we come to blitz. You better not run to make a diss. He fought that switch, I got hit up in this shit. We the ones that's really bending, we the ones that's really sliding. Point two fingers at the O, then you motherfucking drop it.
Nuskii said he about to slide it.
He fought that switch, I got hit up in this shit. We the ones that's really bending, we the ones that's really sliding.
This next song, Ops Deleted, is a song that we're gonna return to in another one of the shootings. But for now, let's hear what he has to say about Jah in several of his songs.
We been that block ain't seen, so it's that we should've played this pop. Killing blocks, bro, see all the ox say really want some rap. We tryna see gon' whack the first, bro, place I'm taking all back. Matching that one shit, they left that one dude on them stacks. Brother, fuck that hot, I catch that little nigga, know he next. Rapping all back, matching that one shit, they left that one dude on them stacks. Brother, fuck that hot, I catch that little nigga, know he next.
I was trolling and they they dissing, niggas gon' die. Niggas tryna get a little bucket, score for Lil Kai. 5 shots all in your torso, look at Lil Ja. Hit a switch, you better have some wheels, or you seeing God. All day ops, them niggas 5 shots all in your torso, look at Lil Ja. Hit a switch, you better have some wheels, or you seeing God. All day ops, them niggas.
Saying Tris, you the best. Lil Ja got left on them steps. I got to saying Tris, you the best. Lil Ja got left on them steps. Moving too fast, I'll pour me some act. Boo, you ain't texting, you late to that bag. Niggas be fraud, you never did that. Niggas ain't real, niggas is cat. Niggas is rats, I cannot lack. Toting the strap, easy to spend, more harder to stack. Put that on God, I'ma get to that bag.
Ja's mother would plead for information related to her son's slaying, saying, if anybody, I mean anybody would know anything, please, so we can have closure, and whoever did this to him, they can be brought to justice. Ja's mother would suffer another heartbreak when her son, Capri Taylor, Ja's older brother, was killed at a motel in Salem alongside his best friend Issa Hallman. Unlike Ja, Capri Taylor and Issa Hallman were highly respected gang members. They belonged to Ohhso's AMCG, and you can see they had a criminal record to prove it. I was able to locate Issa Hallman's obituary, and you can see that he was very close with Capri Taylor. He considered him his best friend. The obituary read, if you saw Issa, you would see Capri Taylor, his best friend. They were frickin' frack, 2 peas in a pod. They were friends until the very end. Another AMCG member, named Raquan Adams, was injured in the motel shooting, but he survived. He was arrested and charged with charges of attempted murder for firing back, and also for charges of drug distribution after the police found narcotics in his clothing at the hospital. AMCG leader Ohhso would describe this battle of bullets in a song called Cost of War, where he would talk about the final moments of Issa Hallman and Capri Taylor, or known to him as Bomb and Pre, and he would talk about Raquan Adams, Rock, nearly losing his life.
Take the W's with the loss. We kill them, they killing ours, but every war has a cause. Ain't no game winners but my dog. Ain't keeping track of no score. Forever go back and forth. You come through the block and sweep balls. We coming back to sweep y'alls. Forever gonna do our chores. It might not happen right away, or not might be the same day, but I bet we meet at the booth.
On a deadly shooting in South Jersey, police officers say at least 2 people are dead after what appears to be a triple shooting in Salem, New Jersey. Officers responded to the shooting last night at Salem Motor Lodge in the 200 block of East Broadway. 28-year-old Issa Hallman was found wounded and later pronounced dead. 2 other victims were taken to the hospital by private car.
I'm yelling breathe, breathe. Bomb eyes, open face expression. Oh, don't leave me, bro. I need you the way you need me. Lift him up so he'll choke on his blood. His nose running. Go around him. Hit the gas. Slow down. A turn coming. I can feel the Reaper coming around the corner. Like I ain't wanna shoot that bitch, but it's this corner.
The news report would say that the victims were fired on as they ran back to room 23 at the Motor Lodge. The shots were being fired from behind the fence line adjacent to the motel property. Raquan Adams, also known as Rock, was seen returning fire with a black and silver handgun. The police would say they don't have a motive for the shooting, but they believe it was connected to the incidents between 2 feuding groups the 2 nights before. We now know the 2 feuding groups were AMCG and HBO. Before we introduce the members of HBO, we're going to hear Ohhso give details about the exchange of gunfire on a song called Nothing.
And that shit ain't get us nothing. Ew. We done been in shootouts boxed in, one way out, one way in with old friends. And that shit ain't give me nothing. Carried our brother bodies out of lobbies at the hotel. Cops said, oh well. That shit ain't give us nothing. Ew. They can have us boxed in with 40s and Glock 10s. Long as me and Rock strap, cool, we got a chance. Long as me Rock on the same page. Couple other niggas, fuck them other niggas, they ain't in the.
While Ohhso would pay tribute to his fallen brothers any moment that he can, HBO would take every opportunity to make a display of their actions on this very day in several songs. But before we get into those songs, we're going to introduce some of the HBO members, or Hottest Boys Out, which was formerly known as 30 Gang. Let's break down this interview where Nuskii Da Menace introduces the world to some of the most savage drillers that have come out of Salem, New Jersey.
Should go down just like everywhere else, go down for real.
Okay. We started your childhood, stuff like that. You got siblings for me?
I got 2 siblings. It's my brother Top right here, brother Smally. Everybody else family, cousins, brothers. Baby Yacht, Draco.
You know what's going on, man.
My cousin Boss just came on too.
Introduce your guys, bro.
Baby Yacht, man.
This Baby Yacht right here. Draco, Top, Pop. My man's 3 behind the camera. My man's Blood just came on. Box just did like 5.
Word. Sweat.
Bird, Zion on there, Top scammer.
Got me. Alright, for me, so growing up and all that, you played any sports or anything like that? Like, what kind of kid was you in school? Like, how was your situation?
I was out of fucking control, bro.
Yeah.
Introducing Pritchard Watts III, also known as Top, is Nuski's brother and manager. He's one of the most respected hustlers in Salem, and he's also one of the most savage and calculated members of HBO. He's planning on taking Nuskii to the next level of the rap game. Next we have Baby Yop. Despite his name, there is nothing infantile about this young driller, who has some of the most savage lyrics in HBO, even more savage than Nuskii himself. Baby Yop is almost always wearing a shiesty, and he's always dissing the fallen members of his ops. The streets say that Baby Yop has racked up several bodies before even being legally able to carry a handgun. Despite being one of the youngest members of HBO, he seems to keep one of the lowest profiles online on social media. Next we have Draco, or Draquan Cook, who is another one of HBO's shooters, who also has a documented criminal past. Draco also appears as a featured guest on some of Nuskii Da Menace's songs, and he also disses AMCG members. Nuskii Da Menace makes sure he only keeps the most serious steppers in his circle, and Draco is certainly one of them. But this next member, Box, has a documented sentence for attempted murder, and we heard Nuskii boasting about this attempted murder in the interview. Let's run it back to that clip, and then we'll show the paperwork.
My cousin Boss just came on too.
Introduce your guys, bro.
Baby Yacht, man.
This Baby Yacht right here. My man's Blood just came on. Box just did like 5.
Word. Sweat.
Bird.
Ramir Nock, also known as Box, was sentenced to 5 years, and he was given a no-contact order with his victim. From my research, I don't see that this victim is associated with AMCG, so it was an unrelated dispute based on my findings, and I will not be mentioning this victim any further. Ramir Nock was sentenced on December 17th, 2021, but he was already in custody since October 9th, 2019, so he was given credit for 800 days of time served. Even though Box is not a rapper like many of the HBO members, he is one of the most loyal to Nuskii Da Menace. He's willing to put his life on the line during any altercation. Box is the type of individual to suit up by any means, whether right or wrong, for his fellow members. Box has been by Nuski's side before his arrest, and even after his release he has remained loyal. He was even football teammates with Namere Watts, aka Nuskii Da Menace. Although Box was incarcerated for the majority of these drills, we cannot doubt that he is really going to stand on business when the moment comes. The next member, Smally, aka Ramir Watts, is the actual biological brother of Nuskii. He is a hustler for the HBO gang. with a criminal record to show that he is active in the streets. He does keep a low profile online, but he is loyal to Nuskii and the gang, and he will fire on the enemy if necessary, and he has a history of being armed. Smally does not diss the ops frequently, and he does not rap, but we cannot deny that he has an important role in HBO. The next member, who goes by Young H.A or simply Pop, is one of the most ruthless drillers on the HBO team. Young H.A is a respected veteran in these streets, and you can hear him describe an altercation he had with an op, where he stands over his body to finish the job.
Still in the church, I'm still in the real church nigga. I just want me a Mercedes. Double cut the walkie, then I mix it with the perky. You're on that drum and that nigga cold turkey. Spinning in the trenches, man, ain't nobody hurt me. Little baby a 10, but I ain't buying you no Birkin. Won't be at the top, but you ain't trying to put the work in. I've been on the road with them bones, we ain't swerving. Real mud, baby, from the church, and man, you can't get in. Where I'm from, came in, come outside, you ain't got your gun. Big brother wildin', all he want to is slide the play. Out of town, little brother chill when you win the shit. Aim high, clock back, wow, every minute shit. Stand over top, but you don't stop until you see it. Get the job done, you never know if they gon' run their mouth. You never know if they gon' run their mouth. Get the job done, you never know if they gon' run their shit. Aim high, clock back, wow, every minute shit. Stand over top, but you don't stop until you see it. Get the job done, you never know if they gon' run their mouth.
That's an example of how violent HBO can get. Next, we have Rder Da Menace, which is another member who actually raps, but he keeps a low profile online. He is featured on Nuskii Da Menace's projects. Jashaun Bundy, aka Rder Da Menace, would play football with Namere Watts and Ramir Nock, aka Nuskii Da Menace, and box. We know that every city has its incarcerated soldiers belonging to its many gangs, and HBO has one of the most ruthless criminals incarcerated at the moment. We mentioned earlier that HBO was formerly known as 30 Gang, and Nuskii mentions that in this interview. He also mentions why he's inspired and determined to succeed in the rap game. There is somebody behind the scenes who is currently incarcerated on a murder charge and a conspiracy charge. There is somebody from the trenches of Salem. There is somebody who is feared by his ops in the community, who the police deems as a threat, who they only feel safe when he's incarcerated.
So can you explain to me like what's HBO like? Like I mean, it's y'all been buzzing for a minute now.
Yeah, look, that shit like really like a family. First we was like really our shit started from 30 Gang. That's the original shit to this shit.
I heard about that.
To this shit, yeah, but you know that shit got a little, got crazy.
I had news articles and shit out.
Yeah, so like you know that shit for real, like that shit for real. But then like niggas changed that shit to HBO. You know my man's book, Free Him, Free Trey. He the reason why I'm doing this shit for real. Bro. Free Him, Mac. We got a couple members. Sticky, Mod, my little brother. That's my little brother, Mod, Sticky.
Facts. We definitely gonna
Free
get
Evil,
Mills.
Definitely gonna get more into Triz a little later for me.
We had to switch it up after getting indicted and shit, so I had to switch that whole shit up. But for real, that's still in this though.
HBO the label.
Yeah, HBO the label. But 30 G is always going, like, that's family. It's always gonna be that.
Right. And it's for me, I did my little research and shit on you and all that. You had a little bit, you had a little job.
Fully auto. I hopped in the streets and I got rain like Grieved that photo. We had got the bulls and it looked like we hit the lotto. I get in my feelings, mix Gunnaman with that gelato. That's that Drake. Better duck your taco, he got hit all in his face. It's a race for this old money and you in last place. God said his game crowd, I told him make space. And some more come, we get back game, big DOA. Rosie score some, he getting dirty with that cat.
Tran Roots Jr., better known to the streets as Tris HBO, is the leader of HBO, formerly known as 30 Gang, but they switched up their name after they caught an indictment, as Nuskii mentioned in the interview. Tris actually has history in association with Ohhso, the AMCG leader, and he was spotted in a music video 6 years ago. As we know, many on both sides spent time with each other as young friends, but we're going to discuss the murder that caused a rift between the two parties in the streets. Tris HBO is highly respected in the streets, and he has a documented criminal past and is currently incarcerated on account of conspiracy to commit murder and distribution of narcotics. Although Salem, New Jersey has a history of the Blood Gang being involved in the street activities in the city, we know that Tris HBO is the young leader of a savage new faction that we have been discussing, titled HBO, or the Hottest Boys Out. That indictment also sheds light onto some of the HBO members who are very active on the streets but less active on the mic. We will be introducing them here. Although they play a less significant role, some do make music, and many of them are mentioned by Tris and Nuskii and the other members that are free as they plead for their release in their verses. Tris HBO and the other members do not shy away from their blood affiliation. Hear an example from Tris in the song Going Fed.
Big B's.
Soldiers don't go down.
Top slide, nigga.
It's war. Soldiers, they kill other soldiers. We're in a situation.
We can see that Tris HBO is loyal to his gang no matter where he goes. Even in jail, he's still repping his set. Although Tris HBO is in custody for a charge of conspiracy to commit murder for one of the charges, he proclaims in a song that he doesn't call hits, he does the hits.
Bust downs for the gang, I'm trying to get us all rich. Cause my dog just called my phone, he said I'll be on dog shit. They charge me with conspiracy, I do the hits, don't call hits. Gotta take risks just to get rich, stop slacking, put your all in. I be sipping Pritchard Watts, shit I know I'm the...
Remember, we still have to go back and dive into the details of the shooting at the motel that left 2 AMCG members dead. Before we dive into the motel shooting, I'm going to finish introducing the members of HBO. Some are incarcerated, and some are out on bond, facing trial on several serious charges. Introducing Tyree Robinson, or better known to the streets as HBO Mills, is one of the most serious steppers in the HBO circle. He has gained notoriety in the Salem streets and in his own gang, as he's notorious for one of the acts of robbery of a specific member of the ops. Mills allegedly snatched the chain of AMCG leader Ohhso, as mentioned in several verses. Hear one of the examples here.
Dude on them stacks, brother, fuck that hot. I catch that little nigga, know he next. Rapping ass nigga, Mills took that chain right off his neck. Caught it 2-1, they hit that neck. How the fuck that boy ain't check? Grab my Glock, I swing my dreads.
We just heard Baby Op say that Mills took that chain right off his neck. And then he also said that they got a 2-for-1 and they hit him in that neck. How he ain't check. That's in reference to the motel shooting we're about to discuss. This verse is actually one of the most ruthless verses. As we heard earlier, he also dissed Jireh, as he says, we don't mention that one dude, we left that one dude on them steps. And as you can remember, Jireh was left on the steps and he didn't make it to safety. You will notice a pattern that the menaces include several details in their verses that line up with many of the murders in the city of Salem. Next, we're gonna hear Draco the Menace also mention Mills allegedly robbing Ohhso. Check it out.
Never stop. Time to cleaning niggas blocks, so we bunk out the rooms and mop. Stupid bitch got to asking me about, oh, I'm like that nigga flop. They don't ever slide for his guys to come back to his block. All them fucking dead niggas, you still ain't tryna go get a job. Pussy niggas rap cat, we took your chain, you need to stop. Pussy niggas rap cat, we took your chain, you need to stop. If you coming like Chidori.
We also hear Nuskii Da Menace mention that Mills has 2 buckets on his list. A bucket is slang for a body. So let's take a look at what he has on his record. He actually does have 2 bodies. It says 1 charge of murder, and then here's another one. Let's hear the verse real quick.
Mills really a fucking demon, he got 2 buckets on his list. Free Big Nye, really a blower, call him Mr. Crackin' shit. Time up in the Mills really a fucking demon, he got 2 buckets on his list. Free Big Nye, really a blower, call him Mr. Crackin' shit. Time up in the...
We just heard Nuskii boast of the proud work of Mills, who has 2 buckets on his list, and then he gave a shout out to Big Nye, that's short for Nair Bland, who is another HBO member currently incarcerated for a murder and several other serious charges. He's actually in custody for the same body that Tris is charged with. We also hear Nuskii Da Menace boast about the chain snatching that Mills did on Ohhso on the outro of the intro of the mixtape Story of a Menace. Let's take a listen.
Rock was holding on his neck. How the fuck you keep controlling and you got your chain snatched? And you got your chain snatched. Big B's, victories, nigga. Top steppers, nigga. Niggas know what's up with us, nigga. You play with us, you go get fucking stepped on. That fucking talk.
Moving on to the next HBO member, we have Ramaj Booker, or simply Maj. He's a beloved member, but he's feared on the Salem streets as he has an extensive criminal past. But he is the brother of Namere Watts, or Nuskii Da Menace. Our next HBO member, Jashaun Sheppard, better known as HBO Beans, is another serious member. Despite his young age, he's proven himself to be a very serious driller in the streets. He's been caught with firearms, even discharging them in police's presence. Beans allegedly has connections back in Philly with the Tortures, and he has brought the influence back to the Salem streets of New Jersey. He's a highly respected HBO member who has gained respect from some of the most notorious sliders on the Salem streets at a very young age. Next, we have Chakar Griffin, or known as 3, who is known as the HBO driver who takes on the responsibility of wheeling around the HBO goons when it's time to slide. Nuskii Da Menace says that 3's a beast behind the tint, and he also says that as long as 3's behind the wheel, we'll make it home. HBO 3 was arrested again during the making of this video on June 13th, 2024. Chakar Griffin is frequently spotted with Nuskii Da Menace and Tris HBO in several of their music videos. Next, we have Jamal Thomas, or better known in the Salem streets as Maaly Mac, who has built a respectable buzz on the music scene as he's been dropping project after project and even collaborates with the HBO members, including Tris, the HBO leader. Maaly Mac is not your typical rapper, as he's heavily involved in the streets, and he's a respected HBO member who's currently incarcerated. He was taken down along several other members of HBO in the 30 Gang takedown. We also have Jay's Money, or Jashaun Sheppard, who is also heavily involved in the HBO business, but he's also a rapper. He releases his music on Apple Music, and he just released a project last month. We have Big Nye, or Nair Bland, who's locked up on a slew of charges, including the same body as Tris. He's a respected member, and he's a top shooter for the crew. He's not to be messed with. He's the type of individual that will stand on business and will wipe out any opposition to HBO in any instant. Now that we got a closer look at the members that comprise the organization known as HBO, the most savage crew running the streets of Salem, New Jersey, we're going to dive into the motel shooting that left 2 ops dead, and then it traumatized the leader of the ops, who eventually left the city to avoid any problems, but HBO remains in Salem, causing havoc and establishing their dominance in the streets. We already heard the pain that Ohhso went through after witnessing two of his closest friends taken away from him in a hail of bullets in a death match between his gang and HBO at a Salem motor lodge. This is the story of the shooting on January 2nd, 2020 in the city of Salem, New Jersey.
Authorities in South Jersey are investigating a triple shooting at a motel where 2 men were killed, another critically injured. This happened last night at the Salem Motor Lodge on East Broadway in Salem. Cleve Bryan is live there with the latest now from police and also reaction from residents. Cleve.
Well, 3 nights of terror for people who stay here at the Salem Motor Lodge. 2 people are dead, at least 3 injured, and authorities warn without help from the public, more people could be hurt or killed.
This week's been crazy.
It's been a violent start to the new year at the Salem Motor Lodge in Salem, New Jersey. Police say a brawl broke out here on New Year's Eve that escalated to a shooting on New Year's Day, where 2 people were injured. Then came a triple shooting Thursday night that killed 2 men and critically injured a third.
It all stemmed from the initial incident, and we're most concerned that that last night's shooting isn't the end of this tit for tat that's going on here.
Around 8 o'clock Thursday night, police were called to room 23 at the Motor Lodge after guests reported hearing gunshots. Inside, they found 28-year-old Xavier shot to death on the floor. Sometime after that, 2 other shooting victims showed up at the Salem Medical Center in private vehicles. One of them, 28-year-old Capri Taylor, was pronounced dead at the hospital, and a 25-year-old man was transferred to Cooper Hospital in critical condition. So far, there have been no arrests.
The danger to the public is, as these 2 warring parties go back and forth, there could be some collateral damage where for someone an innocent person in the area.
We spoke to long-term guests at the lodge who heard the gunshots and are now afraid for their lives.
It's messed up. It's wrong.
Hey, like I said, I'm a little older than you, so like when I was in high school, for me, it was another nigga out selling buzzing. His name was Sear, some shit like that. Do you have any type of relationship with him? Is he still rapping? Do you know him? Or?
I'm saying I know dude, but I ain't got no relationship with him. That nigga. He is goofy. But I ain't gonna he's like he nigga goofy. A lot of niggas don't be living. The shit they be saying in the rap, they don't be living.
Okay. And he like an older guy, like, so y'all probably really ain't never bumped heads, cause he
I know him. That's something that somebody got out there. Like, he knows.
Okay. Hey, I want to transition though, because like I be peeping your Instagram lives sometimes. Hey, I want to transition though, because when did it turn from that type of shit to where it's like, it's more serious? It's for me, it's gunplay out here. Like, when did you feel like you noticed that switch? Like around what time?
Probably like around the time I got in the streets for real.
Remember what year that was? That shit. Don't mind me asking how old you is.
I've been in this shit for a minute, but like really like playing with guns and shit like that. Probably like 17, 16.
Okay. And that shit just turned up fast. Once you go that way, it ain't no coming.
Whole world, like I came home to a whole new world. Everybody goes, everybody.
Bro. What you think contributed to that? Like, I got a personal theory that like
Bond wouldn't be able to get a job nowhere else probably. When you get to that line, have you ever been convicted of?
He could then start making.
Have you ever been
No
arrested?
experiences doing nothing. I ain't.
Word. Have you ever been
No
arrested?
experiences doing nothing. I ain't.
Well, like, I came home to a whole new world. Everybody. If I don't make it, like, either I'm gonna die or I'm gonna go to jail for killing somebody else. And then if that happens, my niggas done up. Like my niggas, I'm keeping it 100, bro. If that, my niggas done up. If something happened to me, they gon' wild the fuck out. They gon' go to jail, or some of them gon' keep getting plucked off. Bro, I done helped so many of my friends, bro, like dying in my arms, my nigga. And then I gotta like, they kids looking at me for answers. I'm FaceTiming they kids like days after it happened, and they waiting on their dad to pop in the camera. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit real, bro. So now, like, I'm responsible for them kids, like, not even knowing no posting pictures with them on the internet and shit like that. I don't even do that. This shit really, like, real. Like, I'm responsible for that shit. Like, I gotta do that. You know what I'm saying? Just because y'all fathers was so loyal to me. You know what I'm saying? I gotta be loyal to y'all. And when I make it, bro, I promise, my nigga, I get on.
Got stabbed in our backs for letting niggas hang behind us. I'ma always keep it too real, and that came from my mama. I wear a Hanes t-shirt before some fake designer, or chains with the fakest diamonds. Chillin' your verses, oh. The only nigga from the other side that I ain't want to die was the first to go. We always cool when we was younger. I used to stay at Tank crib and eat crabs with him and his dad every summer. We had an argument about January 2nd. He told me you didn't know, cause if you did, you would've checked it. I could've sent your mom a text or a call. You know our bond, I don't express it at all, cause it's disrespect to my dog. And who am I to change it? I miss say I used to stay at Tank crib and eat crabs with him and his dad every summer. We had an argument about January 2nd. You told me you didn't know, cause if you did, you would've checked it. I could've sent your mom a text or a call. You know our bond, I don't express it at all, cause it's disrespect to my dog.
We into it for real, like not no faking to it. We into it, you say we into it, you better, I swear to God. It could be like that if that's how they want it to be. Cause I'm with that, I like that. Like, let me know what it is though, but the nigga wanna let you know.
The Salem community was left devastated as AMCG leader Ohhso would honor his fallen members in several of his songs. But HBO would do the opposite as they would rejoice in this savage killing in several tracks. We will dive into several of these songs. AMCG member Gunna was spotted at Capri Taylor's grave, and he was honoring his brother, saying he was a legendary AMCG member. We are going to cover the tragic slaying of Gunna as well, after we discuss the motel shooting. Gunna is actually the op that they celebrate the most in their songs. There's still no arrest for the slayings of Issa Hallman and Capri Taylor, but HBO makes it clear that they are the ones claiming these bodies. Let's dive into these disses. Let's begin.
Cabin, free trees, bro, a demon. Fuck that body, he gon' beat it. 2 ops got smoked the same day. Tell them come get even. Niggas know they never slaughter. Bitch, they out here playing trees, bro, a demon. Fuck that body, he gon' beat it. 2 ops got smoked the same day. Tell them come get even. Niggas know they never slaughter. Bitch, they out here playing.
In the song Them People Dead by Nuskii Da Menace, we just heard him boast, saying 2 ops got smoked the same day, tell him come get even. And he also pleaded for the release of Tris HBO, where he said that body he gon' beat it, which is a reference to Marcus L. Reddick, which is unrelated to this motel slaying, but we will cover later on. If we take a closer look, we can also see that HBO is using a prop with somebody wearing a Ohhso beanie. We know that Ohhso is the AMCG leader, so they're taunting his rival, saying come get your revenge. This music video for Them People Dead by Nuskii Da Menace we will be revisiting, because it also includes the mention of Gunnaman as they burn a t-shirt with his picture on it. This music video is actually the reason I started this entire investigation. As we take a closer look, we can see that HBO is not shy to claim the work they've done in the streets. Let's take a listen at another example that they boast about the motel shooting.
I don't give a fuck, I slide in this Bentley truck. Double homie got the most, they left them boys feet up. Venice see me froze out, I made that boy fold up. Last homie the ops had them niggas can't compete with us. Our bitches shoot 'em up. Dog shit, you know damn well that's Jireh. 4 plus 3 plus 2, you better add it up. I ain't say that's beats, but that's how many people I touch. Dead ops all run. He checked out the game cause he really wanna be tough. You ain't got no ring, you ain't got no body. Dead ops all run. He checked out the game cause he really wanna be tough. You ain't got no ring, you ain't got no body.
We just heard a cold reference by Nuskii Da Menace saying, "Double homie at the Mo, we left them boys feet up." The Mo is short for the motel, and the boys is Bomb and Pre, Xavier and Capri Taylor. And then he also said they checked out the game cause they really wanna be tough. So checked out, when you check out of a motel is when you're done staying there. That was a wordplay that they're using to diss their fallen ops. The next reference is by Tris HBO, the leader who is currently incarcerated. He claims to have been at the scene of the motel shooting with Nuskii. Take a listen.
They quick to give them up. Me and Nuskii really clapping niggas, no chlamydia. Both the brothers burning in my blunt, they hit like indica. Jireh head savage, young nigga, bitch bad like India. Don't make the baby HBO mad, the blitz I'm sending it. Me and Nuskii really clapping niggas, no chlamydia. Both the brothers burning in my blunt, they hit like indica. Jireh head savage, young nigga, bitch bad like India.
We just heard Tris HBO say that him and Nuskii are really out here clapping people, no chlamydia. We know that chlamydia is known in the streets as the clap. And we also heard him say, both the brothers burning in my blunt, they hit like indica. Ever since Chicago drill has popularized the smoking of dead ops, many rappers have taken advantage of this phenomenon in practice.
He told me to slow down. I see an op and he get blow down. Take him down, then smoke this old pound. All they deep on, empty the round. Get caught, but I won't make it sound.
Although Chicago drill is not where it used to be, its impact and influence has shook the entire nation. As we return to the track New Packs by Nuskii and Tris, we can hear them say in the background, PB&J, which is short for Pre, Bomb, and Jireh, which are the 3 AMCG members they proudly claim that they took out.
Yeah, both the brothers burning in my blood, they hit like indica.
And we haven't even gotten to half of the references. Let's keep talking about the disses. Let's dive deeper. Let's hear another one.
He had did all that trolling, he was begging for a casket. I know a rap nigga who don't slide for his friends. You keep making all these dishes, you don't never fucking bend. If you go and check the board, I think we up like 10. Lil' bro died first, big bro with his kin. Why the fuck you still trolling and you lost your best friends? 2 niggas deep fried, I would've thought that they was twins. Fat ass so slow, why the fuck he ever run? 4 Nick 17 and the Glock 21. When he dropped, I seen his body like I thought his ass was done. Fled the scene, bro, yakking on them drills, we having fun, no yap.
We just heard Tris HBO say in the song No Yap. Lil' bro died first, big bro with his kin. We saw that Jireh Douglas passed away on July 14th, 2019, and then Capri Taylor and Xavier were killed on January 2nd, 2020. We also heard Tris HBO say 2 of them got deep fried, you would have thought that they was twins, in reference to Capri Taylor and Xavier being killed together at the New Jersey motel. We also hear Tris HBO mention another murder, but we will return to that, as that is later on in the timeline. Let's continue to peel back the layers of all the disses that HBO has unleashed onto the streets. This one is even colder. As we recap another crucial aspect of the Salem motel shooting, remember, AMCG member Raquan Adams, or Rock, was hit in the neck in this shooting, and he also faces charges for firing back. HBO does not fail to mention the fact that Rock got hit in the neck during the motel shooting. Let's continue to listen to some of the disses that HBO has included in some of their projects. Next up is the song Ops Deleted by Nuskii Da Menace and Baby Op. We heard a little bit earlier, but now we're gonna focus even deeper. Let's take a listen.
We been that block ain't seem so it's bad. We should've blazed this cop. Million blocks. Bro, see all the Ohhso really want some rap. He tryna we gon' whack through first, bro. Place I'm taking all back. Matching that one shit, they left that one dude on them stacks. Brother, fuck that hot, I catch that little nigga, know he next. Rapping all back. Matching that one shit, they left that one dude on them stacks. Brother, fuck that hot, I catch that little nigga, know he next. Rap.
As you can hear, the pieces are starting to connect. We can hear that HBO discusses taking the life of Jireh Douglas first, the younger brother, and then Capri Taylor, his older brother, along with Issa Hallman at the motel shooting. These were some of the best friends of Nasir Man, or Ohhso, the AMCG leader. Let's return to the analysis of Baby Op's verse on Ops Deleted, and then we'll touch on Nuskii Da Menace's bars that also mention the same event.
Other 2-1, they hit that neck, how the fuck that boy ain't check? Grab my Glock, I swear. Other 2-1, they hit that neck, how the fuck that boy ain't check? Grab my Glock, I swear. Other 2-1, they hit that neck, how the fuck that boy ain't check? Grab my Glock, I swear.
In that same song, we hear Nuskii Da Menace tell AMCG that the score is not even between them. HBO has claimed that they've dropped more members of AMCG. The battle has been ongoing since 2013. We will be covering some of the bodies at the origin of this story, but first, let's finish some of the bars that continue discussing the motel slayings.
We the ones that got over the odds, no, that score ain't even. No, that score ain't even. We the ones that got over the odds, no, that score ain't even. We the ones that got over the odds, no, that score ain't even. No, that score ain't even. We the ones that got over the odds, no, that score ain't even.
We have another song on the same project, the outro of the mixtape, called The Truth. Let's listen what he has to say.
Sad about Gunna, he got his fucking head cracked. You ain't never slide for bomb, you ain't never slide for pre-all niggas steady clicking up and dick ride niggas from a head crack. You ain't never slide for bomb, you ain't never slide for pre-all niggas steady clicking up and dick ride niggas from a. You ain't never slide for bomb, you ain't never slide for pre-all.
After we discuss the slaying of Gunnaman, we're going to be revealing some history in Salem, New Jersey. What caused the friction between these two groups of friends in such a small city? Jaquan Ray John Nichols was born February 1st, 1988. Jaquan's obituary reveals he was passionate about sports. It also reveals he loved to make people laugh, and he was known for his smile. Although Jaquan was loved by his family and by the Salem community, he was known in the streets as Gunnaman. He was an AMCG member, but not before starting his own gang, Midtown Mafia. Let's look at this article that shows that at age 21, he was caught up in an indictment that accused him of being the first gang leader in Salem, New Jersey. The article describes Gunna as a leader of Salem's Midtown Mafia that is affiliated with the Bloods. We hear the article describe a scene where he was raided, and then when he was taken into custody, he was screaming, "You'll never take me alive." During the April 2nd raid of Gunna's home, police found quantities of cocaine, marijuana, drug distribution paraphernalia, $3,416 in cash, and a loaded assault weapon. The police then searched a second location that was attributed to Gunna and recovered an additional $7,405 in cash. Gunna was identified as an alleged leader of the city's identified gangs that were comprised of young men and teenagers. The article also mentions that this gang is affiliated with the larger Bloods organization. We know that HBO, their rivals, are also affiliated with the Bloods, and they make that known. Alongside Gunna, we had Issa Hallman and Capri Taylor, who were legendary AMCG members, but as we discussed, they are now deceased. I'll introduce you to a couple of the AMCG members who are still alive but are not active in the streets as much. After the brief introduction into AMCG, we're going to discuss the Christmas Eve slaying of Gunnaman and the details that follow.
Your campaign.
Yeah.
Shout out to the team, man.
Yeah, shout out to the team. AMCG, it stands for I'm all my city got. I mean, I'm the last hope.
That's lit. I like that.
Everybody can
city
relate
God.
to that. I'm all my city got.
All my city God. I like that.
And that's something everybody can relate to.
I like
you know what I'm saying? If you feel like you all y'all got, you the last hope, then that's what it is. You know what I'm saying?
What's the music scene like that? Like up there, my bad, Larry. What's the music scene like?
We all trying to get here. Everybody trying to get here. You know what I mean? Like.
As we heard Ohhso, or better known as Nasir Man, describe AMCG as his team, we're going to analyze the different members and the roles that they play. We have Raquan Adams, or known to the AMCG squad as Rock. Rock is mentioned in several songs by Ohhso. Rock is a notorious AMCG member who is serious about the business, and he will not hesitate to fire at an enemy when provoked or endangered. Our next AMCG member, Samaj Cinder Jones, is one of the most loyal soldiers for AMCG. He ensures he has the back of the incarcerated AMCG members, and he also makes sure he supports Ohhso whenever he's dropping music. Jashaun Brown, aka Rder, is one of the most fierce opponents of the HBO members. Rder is mentioned by Nuskii Da Menace in several verses. One example, he says, Rder tried to lie me through a phone, he felt that hot stuff, indicating that he tried to set him up, but then Nuskii Da Menace retaliated.
Hit the switch so he can see. Why the opposite click a bitch go get gun up? Rder try to line me through a phone, you fuck that hot stuff. Most active throwing beat the bitch go get gun up. Rder try to line me through a phone, you fuck that hot stuff.
Rder is currently incarcerated for the murder of Tajmir Clark, also known as Moneybag Tank, which we will be talking about, as that murder was pivotal in the death of Gunnaman and was one of the reasons that AMCG and HBO split into two different factions of feuding groups. We will get into that. Let's talk about his sister, Jatima Brown, who is allegedly the trigger woman that took down Tajmir Clark. Let's take a look at this article. We can see that the siblings, Jatima Brown and Jashaun Brown, were indicted for the March 2020 shooting of Tajmir Clark and injuring a second victim where he lost his testicle. Let's take a look at some of the details included in the article. The article describes that months later, in November, a grand jury indicted a brother and sister on murder charges for a March shooting, and Jatima Brown, along with her brother, Jashaun Brown, were both seen firing on two men during a nighttime encounter on March 20th on Olive Street, also known as O Block in Salem. Rder and Money First fired on Moneybag Tank and the other victim during a nighttime encounter. Tajmir Clark, or better known in the streets as Moneybag Tank, lost his life the next day in the hospital from his gunshot wounds. The slaying of Moneybag Tank would spark friction in the streets of Salem, as residents had to choose between supporting Jashaun Brown and Jatima Brown, who allegedly took the life of Tajmir Clark, or you loyally honor the life of Moneybag Tank and vowed to avenge those who did this to him. Tris HBO and Maaly Mac pay tribute to Moneybagg Tank in a heartfelt song. Let's take a listen to some of the bars, and then we'll return to finishing the introduction of AMCG.
Was a friend in that house, supposed to end, grew up in the hood, 30 G's, you was a part of that. When I got that call, you was gone, but my heart cracked. They think shit a gang, I told the gang, let's get them all back. If you had it on you, bro, I know you would've thrown back.
You can hear how devastating the loss of Moneybagg Tank was for Tris HBO and the rest of the members. You also hear Tris mention Jeezy in this verse. We will mention the loss of Jeezy later in this video. Let's listen to a little bit more of Long Live Tank, and we can hear that Tris HBO vows vengeance against the ones who did this on Olive Street, also known as O Block. Let's take a listen.
Do they know you had a bag? I be trying locking with the music, I need my get back. Them niggas disrespect your name, you know I'm doing the most. If he ain't gang, he claim the O, we leave his head by his soldiers. Don't be screaming long live if you ain't slime for bro. I be at a red light, but my glizzy on go.
We just heard Tris HBO say, if you're not gang, being HBO, and you're from the O, he'll leave your head by your hose. That means by your front yard. We know that HBO is willing to retaliate after the death of Moneybagg Tank, and he even says and goes the extra mile by saying, if you're saying long live, you better be sliding for bro. Eventually there was retaliation, and we're going to uncover a sinister scheme that was launched by Kashif Patterson. According to the streets, Kashif Patterson was building an empire. He had connections in the music industry. He even has a video on his page that shows he was in the club with Drake and French Montana. Kashif Patterson was known in the Salem streets for getting money, but he was also known for getting in trouble with the law as he served a lengthy sentence for catching a body on Johnny Maddox when he lit him up on his front porch. And after his release, he continued to distribute narcotics, and he built an empire and then established businesses. The death of Moneybagg Tank had a significant impact on Kashif Patterson. We can see that he even changed his Facebook profile to a picture of Tajmir Clark. I did mention earlier that we were going to finish introducing the AMCG members, so let's talk about one of the most active members of AMCG. Doula FTB Lee is one of the most serious steppers for AMCG, as he already has a body under his belt of Brahim Long, but he was released as the investigation led to others who had deeper involvement in the situation. Mills from HBO was involved in the situation and he took a plea deal, but we're going to discuss the murder of Brahim Long in detail in the new documentary that we're working on titled We're going to do a brief recap of the AMCG members and HBO members that we introduced in this video, and then we're going to dive into the organized assassination of Gunnaman that was plotted by Kashif Patterson, but that was performed by some of the HBO members that we listed in this video. In this Blender Bars exclusive gang chart, you can see that HBO is made of some of the most serious steppers coming out of Salem, New Jersey. I will be making follow-up videos about the stories of these HBO savages. The streets are saying that Kashif Patterson organized a scheme to assassinate Jaquan Nichols, also known as Gunnaman, in order to prevent secrets from being shared on the Salem streets that could spread like wildfire and ruin the reputation that soldiers have been working to build for years. This mission would not come without retribution, as AMCG would retaliate and they would take out Kashif Patterson, and Ohhso, the AMCG leader, would mention that in one of his songs. But first, we're going to talk about the night that took out Gunnaman, and then we're going to talk about the HBO members that are talking about this event in their songs. Let's take a listen.
Watch some switches twerk. I tell my bitch ain't with that nagging shit, little bitches leave me alone. I'm hot shit, I'm smoking gunna ass dog on my Nike tag. How the fuck that nigga this and he ain't got no fucking right. Niggas know about the guys, them niggas know my niggas step. Pussy pop out in his face and get the clicking with the switch. I was there when he got shot, I really seen that nigga twitch. Gang acting, we the one that really do the fucking moves. Too much money, we alone. I'm hot shit, I'm smoking gunna ass dog on my Nike tag. How the fuck that nigga this and he ain't got no fucking right. Niggas know about the guys, them niggas know my niggas step. Pussy pop out in his face and get the clicking with the switch. I was there when he got shot, I really seen that nigga twitch.
In this song, we heard Kanye Shockley, or Baby Op the Menace, rap about smoking Gunnaman and saying he got him on his Nike tech. He even says that he was right there when he got shot and saw his body twitch on the hook of the song.
Sad about Gunna, he got his fucking head cracked. You ain't never slide for bomb, you ain't never slide for pre. All niggas steady clicking. Sad about Gunna, he got his fucking head cracked. You ain't never slide for bomb, you ain't never slide for pre. All niggas steady. Sad about Gunna, he got his fucking head cracked. You ain't never slide. Last one that we ran into, he's trolling, now he on the poster. 5 of us that's in the V's, we lurking, man, we want them B's. Favorite op and favorite shrimp, we all know that's Gunnaman. Get your mask, get in this vid. It's a holiday cause the ops on feet. Gunnaman was the last one that was trolling, so he got deleted. Track nigga, she know I'm a demon, you see his head, you keep on squeezing. Favorite op and favorite shrimp, we all know that's Gunnaman. Get your mask, get in this vid. It's a holiday cause the ops on feet. Gunnaman was the last one that was trolling, so he got deleted. Track nigga, she know I'm a demon, you see his head, you keep on squeezing.
If we analyze the article describing Gunna's slaying, you can see that he suffered a fatal gunshot wound on Christmas Eve. We heard Nuskii say it was a holiday and mention that the ops were on feet. So then, we also took a look at Tris HBO's social media. As we take a closer look on Instagram, we can see that Tris HBO had a photo with Gunna as the location, saying, "I don't even think Chapo had these numbers. Most my ops died when it's cold out. They never make the summer." And we know that Gunna was killed on Christmas Eve. Nuskii Da Menace was actually in jail when Gunna was killed, but we heard that Baby Op says that he was there that same night, and we heard that Tris says that Gunna was one of the ops that he's responsible for. So let's keep listening to these lyrics.
Getting bent, all that dissing on the guys, I bet I put him on the bench. Don't need no beam to hit from far, you just gotta hold the Glocky firm. But for the distance, should've asked big brother, dude on my was burned. Said them bullets hit his mind and left his hair out like a perm. Till was screaming we need beef, so we put niggas in the dirt. It ain't shit to get the drop and put your face up on the shirt. Caught a nigga on that getting bent, all that dissing on the guys, I bet I put him on the bench. Don't need no beam to hit from far, you just gotta hold the Glocky firm. Before the distance, should've asked big brother, dude on my was burned. Said them bullets hit his mind and left his hair out like a perm. Till we're screaming we need beef, so we put niggas in the dirt. It ain't shit to get the drop and put your face up on the shirt. Caught it ain't shit to get the drop and put your face up on the shirt. Caught a nigga on that.
HBO actually made 2 t-shirts with Gunnaman's face on them, and they would celebrate his slaying in 2 different music videos as they burn the t-shirt, and you can see the joy in their faces as they do so. They even stomp on it.
I do what the fuck I had to do, dog. One of us could've got killed. All I'm saying is, do all that hot shit, that's how niggas go down. Pick your mans up. Pick your mans. You scared?
Pick your mans up here.
It's gonna come and tell me what
Pick your mans up here, pack. They ain't never getting back. We the ones that throw up beats. This shit for real, ain't just no rap. Out packs, turn design. I'm tired of smoking fucking black. I just saw. Pick your mans up here. Pick your mans up here, pack. They ain't never getting back. We the ones that throw up beats. This shit for real, ain't just no rap. Out packs, turn design. I'm tired of smoking fucking black.
It is notable that this young man that we see in this music video, Xavier Hernandez, was an old ally of AMCG, but he then switched sides to HBO. But he's now incarcerated on several serious charges.
Like what the fuck? Like what the fuck? What? Like what the fuck? Like what the fuck?
Damn, Spancy.
Like who they dissing? Them niggas dead, they ain't tryna slide. Like who they dissing? I love my gang, bitch, we all outside. Like who they dissing? You ain't tryna die, you better pick a side. Like who they dissing, nigga? Bitch, I'm a menace. It's fucked off them niggas and they like what the fuck? Like what the fuck?
Damn, Spancy.
Like who they dissing? Them niggas dead, they ain't tryna slide. Like who they dissing? I love my king, bitch, we all outside. Like who they dissing? You ain't tryna die, you better pick a side. Like who they dissing, nigga? Bitch, I'm a menace. It's fucked off them niggas and they.
As we have heard so far, these are some of the most savage disses that I have come across, but they are actually linked to reality. We can see that Jaquan Nichols was in fact killed after posting this on Facebook, and we wonder why. Why was he tragically killed? After so much back and forth between the 2 gangs, what could cause this young man to be tragically killed the day before Christmas? Let's take a look at what they did not want to come out.
Her head. Y'all wanna know what caused all this static? Couple little bitches that was ratchet that I used to fuck in the attic or in the motel on the mattress. Niggas and they feelings getting mad. Niggas gonna be snitches like they dad. Your mom ain't a bitch, it's your dad. Man, this song shit is getting sad. These niggas wanna take me out, but I wanna know what caused all this static. Couple little bitches that was ratchet that I used to fuck in the attic or in the motel on the mattress. Niggas and they feelings getting mad. Niggas gonna be snitches like they dad. Your mom ain't a bitch, it's your dad. Man, this song shit is getting sad. Niggas wanna take me out, but feelings getting mad. Niggas gonna be snitches like they dad. Mom ain't a bitch, it's your dad. Man, this.
We just heard Nasir Man, or better known as Ohhso, describe a conflict with Nuskii about women, where they had a disagreement because Ohhso was allegedly taking his ladies. But then we also heard a more serious allegation. we heard Nasir Man say that Nuski's father is allegedly a snitch. What is he talking about? Let's dive deeper. Let's listen to this interview where Nuskii mentions his father, and then we'll dive into his father's criminal case.
What's your relationship like with your parents? Like you got from your good upbringing in the home and all that type of shit, or was it for me like?
Really, I was my mom my whole life. My dad did something for her body.
Oh, okay. And like,
I bought cool though. Like, he's still, he in my life now type of shit.
You got any kids?
Fuck no. My dad did something for her body.
Okay.
In my life now.
You got any kids?
Pritchard Watts Jr., the father of Nuskii and Top, who was one of the individuals associated with the slaying of an elderly man named Roosevelt Morrow, who was getting ready for church on the Father's Day morning when he received an unexpected knock at the door. Nuski's father, along with his cousin, Dwayne Slaughter, would enter his home, and what would happen next was only shocking to the courts. This article describes a scene where the two men would force their way into the 79-year-old man's home as he was getting ready for church, and then they would take $200 from his home, but not before brutally beating the man with a stick. Roosevelt's widow, Callie Morrow, remembers dialing her husband's phone number many times, over and over, on the morning of his death. She forgot to wish him a happy Father's Day, and she grew alarmed when he did not answer the phone. When she arrived back to their home, she noticed something that would change her life forever. The state would rely on many witnesses during the trial. Earlier during the investigation, they would talk to the girlfriend of Dwayne Slaughter, who would give a statement saying that he would come home with bloody clothes and say he hopes he did not kill that man, but then she would not testify in court. The one who would testify in court was none other than Pritchard Watts Jr., the father of Nuskii and Top. Court documents reveal that Watts would testify for the state in exchange for a reduced sentence.
My dad did something for her body.
Oh, okay.
My dad did something for her body.
Okay.
Watts would testify that him and his cousin would discuss the scheme the night before and on the morning of, and then they would say that Morrow had $150,000 of cash in his home. He was the 79-year-old victim. He was actually the owner of a local store. They agreed to go to his home to, quote, rough him up and find the money. And then Watts would testify that when they arrive at his home, he would simulate that he wanted to buy some drinks. When he asked him for 2 sodas, he went to get the sodas, and then when he would return, Watts would then say that he went into a separate room to look for money, and he would tell the court that his cousin would kick the 79-year-old in the head, and then he would continue the assault and then grab a stick and finish him off. Watts would admit that they did steal some cigars and cigarettes, but they said no money was taken. We are going to return to discussing the slaying of Gunnaman because the death of Roosevelt Morrow is not related to the gang feud between AMCG and HBO. I only had to provide context to what Ohhso meant when he said that Nuski's father was a snitch. Could it be that Gunnaman was eliminated before he was able to share this secret outside the walls of Salem? Nuskii had not officially started his career before Gunnaman was killed. He was serving his sentence for attempted murder that we discussed earlier. But we know that if this came out, it could affect the reputation of somebody from the streets rapping about having bodies and doing drills. But then we pay attention to the interview where Nuskii mentions that Tris is the one that he has to thank and gives gratitude to Trey Roots Jr. for his career being launched. Is there a deeper significance aside from the musical inspiration? As we listen to more lyrics describing the demise of Gunnaman, we're going to see that Trey Roots Jr., also known as Tris HBO, claims that he is the one that took out Gunnaman.
Like, that's it for real, but then like niggas changed that shit to HBO. You know, my man's book, free him, free Tris, free Tris. He the reason why I'm doing this shit for real, free bro. Free him, Mac. We got a couple of them. Then like niggas changed that shit to HBO. You know, my man's book, free him, free Tris, free Tris. He the reason why I'm doing this shit for real, bro. Free him, Mac. We got a couple.
Alright, let's continue listening to lyrics that reveal more about what happened to Gunna.
Why this nigga tryna run? Bro, go that way, I'm gonna go this way. You go that way, bro. Look at this dumbass, he gonna meet us right there. Pop, pop. I miss, bro. Get up on him. Get up on him, get up on him. Pop, 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 pop. Got you done. Big B's. Big HBO, the top slider, nigga. Why this nigga tryna run? Bro, go that way, I'm gonna go this way. You go that way, bro. Look at this dumbass, he gonna meet us right there. Pop, pop. I miss, bro. Get up on it. Get up on him, get up on him. Pop, 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 pop. Got you down. Big B's. Big HBO, the top slider, nigga.
What we doing, we get active. I don't just
Add a button on that Glock and use that bitch for overkills. Turned his ass into a ghost, how that shit just gave me the chills. Same attire, all black, I'm moving like the Navy SEAL. I'm about to squeeze and make him scream, he tried to run that nigga trill. I'm selling peas, I'm sip different. Trey had a chance to take a plea, instead became a witness. This the trenches, shit get wicked, mama told me it was different. Wanna ask my grandpa how you down on me, you told me I was gifted. In my city you wanna be, just get up close and hit his bitch. He gon' be bitching, gon' be twitching, gon' be gassing, gon' be spitting.
We heard Tris HBO say that Trey Wilson had a chance to take a plea, instead became a witness. Trey Wilson was an associate of HBO. You can see him here in photos when they were younger. But now he is disconnected and exiled from the HBO circle.
Shit, fuck the ops I ever see, they great bitch, I'm a hog spit. Gunna went outside, that nigga died, try hit a lick. Couple nights I really could've shit. Fuck the ops I ever see, they great bitch, I'm a hog spit. Gunna went outside, that nigga died, try hit a lick. Couple nights I really could've. Gunna went outside, that nigga died.
California, you gon' die dissing on the guys gunner, they should've warned you. California, you gon' die dissing on the guys.
hospital. Gunna was doing all that woofing, so he ain't see another Christmas. Should be graphic GTA when you get close to try and hit him. Told bro, he see out, don't call me, just kill him. Make a bitch set it. Gunna was doing all that woofing, so he ain't see another Christmas.
Yo, I get in my feelings, mix Gunnaman with that gelato. That's that Drake. Better duck your taco, he got hit all in his face. Like, what the fuck? It's a real. I get in my feelings, mix Gunnaman with that gelato. That's that Drake. Better duck your taco, he got hit all in his face. Like, what the fuck? It's a real.
Earlier, we mentioned that Kashif Patterson, or Bulldog, ordered the hit on Gunna. We're going to hear Tris HBO mention the financial transaction behind the assassination of Gunna, and then we're going to hear Ohhso mention it as well.
All it takes is a little cash out, get your dumb ass out the way. We was all down on our dick, I found a path and made a way, okay. Up in close and personal, it was graphic, now I got bloody hands. All it takes is a little cash out, get your dumb ass out the way. We was all down on our dick, I found a path and made a way, okay. Up in close and personal, it was graphic, now I got bloody hands.
Got us on the gang truck, cause niggas dying. Shit ain't no rap beef. Boss man was front line, I don't know how he died on the back street. It's cause he paid to get Gunna killed, then he got smoked, it ain't that sweet. Heard they in they feelings, these sign lie, kept it G. The feds got us on the gang truck, cause niggas dying. Shit ain't no rap beef. Boss man was front line, I don't know how he died on the back street. It's cause he paid to get Gunna killed, then he got smoked, it ain't that sweet. Heard they in they these signs lie, kept it dead. That's cause he paid to get Gunna killed, then he got smoked, it ain't that sweet. Heard they.
Although the murder of Kashif Patterson is still unsolved, Ohhso gave us some clues into what happened. He said it was retaliation for ordering the slaying of Gunnaman. Let's take a look at this article that describes that day. The article describes a killer being searched for after Kashif Patterson was shot multiple times and he was taken to a hospital where he succumbed to his wounds.
I don't wanna talk about the ops, they dead now, let them niggas think. Niggas body failed ever since they head gone. Cause on the black sheet, the feds got us on the gang truck, cause niggas dying. Shit ain't no rap beef. Boss man was front line, I don't know how he died on the back street. It's cause he paid to get Gunna killed, then he got smoked, it ain't that sweet. Heard they in they feelings, these sign lie, kept it G.
If we take a closer look, we can see that baby Xavier Da Menace, or Kanye Shockley, was the son of Kashif Patterson, and the slaying of his father would transform him into one of the most savage drillers to emerge from Salem. In the song Take Me Out by Ohhso that we were just listening to, we can hear him mention Jeezy. He says how they say they want to kill O but love Jeezy. We're gonna take a listen and then we're gonna dive into the story about Jeezy.
All these niggas wanna kill O but love Jeezy. We can rock me. All these niggas wanna kill O but love Jeezy. We can rock me.
Stuck in my thoughts again. When you lose a friend and that ain't how it's supposed to end. Grew up in the hood, 30 G's, you was a part of that. When I got that call, you was gone, but my heart cracked. They think shit a gang, I told the gang, let's get them all back. If you had
We just heard Tris HBO and Ohhso mention Jeezy, and Ohhso even has a tattoo of Jeezy on his arm. But we hear Nuskii Da Menace mention Jeezy in a different way. He says that someone honors Jeezy but is still hanging out with his killers. Let's see what he's talking about.
nigga. A lot of niggas don't
You don't get back for you fucking that shit mandatory. You gotta get the fuck back. That's what it's about to get back.
5,000 every week, I finally found some fucking money. Niggas say they love Jesus, be hanging with his killer homie. Trolling all fucking day, you got all the fucking day. Shit about the money and not them bitches, use your head. Dummy. Finally found the lane, I'm the one took the shit money. Niggas say they love Jesus, be hanging with his killer homie. Trolling all fucking day, you got all the fucking day. Shit about the money and not them bitches, use your head. Dummy.
As we can remember, Ohhso would claim that the static was because of women, but Nuskii would respond in this verse saying that it was deeper than that it was about the money. We also heard him accuse Ohhso of being associates with the homies of the killer of Jeezy. Now, we're going to talk about the story of Jeezy. This article describes a tragic scene where Najee Northrop, also known as Jeezy, was found with a GSW to the back. He was transported by helicopter to Cooper University Hospital, but he did not survive his injuries. The article also describes several individuals being questioned after the shooting of Jeezy. I was able to secure a document that shows that Nasir Man, or Ohhso, gave a statement. This document also mentions Stanley Streeter, which is one of the two individuals who was charged for the killing of Jeezy. The other one was Quamain Bryce. According to the trial and the investigation, Quamain Bryce was the trigger man and Stanley Streeter was only an accomplice that helped set it up. Stanley Streeter was great friends with Ramir Nock, who was great friends with Supreme Raw Man. We will not be going into detail of the slaying of these two young men in this video. But it is notable that they were killed by David Bell, who was also the father of the baby mama of the killer of Nuskii's brother. Nuskii Da Menace would suffer one of his hardest losses while incarcerated. He would lose his brother at the hands of Byree Wilmer. He is also known as the Boy Crafty out of Delaware. He's currently serving his sentence. This article describes the night where Tahaj Berry was found unresponsive.
Never love these bitches, they get devious, they in they feel the stresses since they kill my brother, can't wait to see his fucking killer. My man, stresses since they kill my brother, can't wait to see his fucking killer. My man. always trolling and they dissing. Niggas gon' die. Niggas try to get a little bucket, score for Lil Kai. 5 shots all in your torso, look at Lil Ja.
Hit it to guys, I'm hoping they haven't seen. Judge only back outside, Lil Car died, so we back sliding again. Bitch ass niggas tryna hide, don't be surprised when we come find your pen. Get back, that's much, don't forget that shit take time and kids.
I know I had a story to tell. I had been through shit, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, why not talk about that shit, put it out there? No motherfuckers gonna fuck with me, because I've been that before this rap shit. Like,
I had these niggas faking it anyway.
Niggas been cat about this. 99.9, everything I say about music is real. Like, probably a little bit of shit, OD, but besides that shit real.
Tell them in the hood know it.
Yeah, they know that shit.
Right. Speak on Tris and Maaly, because for me, what's your your biggest inspiration on the rap side? Like who you listen to the most? Like who for me, mainstream type shit, or
mainstream
or not for me?
Really I really listen to Baby and Von. Von, I really like Von. That's who really made me want to rap for real.
Right. Von one of the realest.
Yeah, he one of he one of them. Like, I feel like he put his hood on his back, carried it how he's supposed to, shit like that. Like,
right. Shit, I gotta ask you, since
Gonna die with no high, I guess he ran out of luck. Rder hit up in his neck and stupid ass should've ducked. You claim the O and you gon' die, my team full of all shooters. This one hop, I went dead, bitch, I still ain't find Doula. That's how them 2 niggas die, cause I was trolling on computers. Switch sing like Ashanti, don't get cooked being foolish. They be mad that I ain't dying and I always keep a switch. King got hit up in his leg, but Meek felt it in his kidney. I be bending for my savage, lonely tank, I really miss you. You the reason I be scoring made, niggas feel that piss. In the V all week, we treated Johnny like a rental. Last time, ate the switch, he almost died in the spitter. Gonna die with no high, I guess he ran out of luck. Rder hit up in his neck and stupid ass should've ducked. You claim the O and you gon' die, my team full of all shooters. This one I went dead, bitch, I still ain't find Doula. That's how them 2 niggas die, cause I was trolling on computers. Switch sing like Ashanti, don't get cooked being foolish. They be mad that I ain't dying and I'll always keep a switch. King got hit up in his leg, but Meek felt it in his kidney. Should've died, nigga.
Search for the gunman who ended a life that was